So I'll continue from this book Shimura wrote about Daisetz in the introduction. So Shimura was talking about how Daisetz related to many people visiting and kind to them, but with a very young spirit to do the work. So for Daisetz, work was his life. So he lived even close to 100 years old, was very young, yet he knew he may not last long. He had lots of mountain full of work, and it's like a mountain of needles, but even with the difficulties that come his old age, fighting against that, he kept on moving forward until very last day, one day before the last day of his death. So in his spirit, the strong desire, dedication is where Shimura found the true humanness, as if its spark is coming out at the occasion like a firework. It's strongly expressing and coming out. And that's in some case, but the other situation may be as if like a clear stream water running down without any sound. So he had those mixture of movement, way of his doing the work and life. It is said that Plato died while he was writing, and Shimura thought that idea applies to Daisetz's whole life. So in this book, this is the introduction, he searched for the humanness of Daisetz in his philosophy and life. And from that point of view, Shimura was searching the depth of Eastern philosophy, so to speak. So while he was doing that, in his meeting with Daisetz every now and then, there was some word that came up to him, and that is a story which says, for those happening of killing living being, but to go against that, wanting to save the lives of all living being is correct. It is good to protect animals and insects, but what about the ones who would take away the time and break up the wealth of human creation? What about the detrimental stuff that can happen in the society or economy? What about them? And they need not to be just let it go. like that. And on top of it, what about the ones who teaches something without real sense of awakening? Such people are killing the original teaching of Buddha. So while Shimura was writing, he says, he could remember so many teachings from Daisetz and various events that happened being with him. He just kept on writing. In the meantime, he had this sentence reminded and made sure that he would follow, which is to practice what was discussed in this story that he mentioned, which is be truthful and sincere in what you do and save lives of animals, insects, and not waste time, not waste human civilization was created, and the society and economy. Those need to be taken care, and to be able to share what is truthful that need to be shared. So that was how he felt in writing this book. He wished that Daisetz living almost 100 years of life with vitality, and he wishes Daisetz's idea can be shared and taken by those modern day people. So that's the story of this introduction, and I felt that that's how he must have written, because from any of those sentences, and many times I've read, so the depth, the fountain of the wisdom never end after 40 some years of carrying this. Well, not always carried, but it just happened that I have it in this trip, and I'm so happy that I'm still talking with Daisetz and Shimura and other people I've known. Hopefully, I'm doing my work to convey the message for anyone who would find it interesting and meaningful and applied ideas to live their life. Have a good day. Goodbye. Thank you for the visit.